There are things silver players can literally do right now and they can implement into their next games and for the rest of their life playing League of Legends. And there are things that will take more time and are harder to figure out on your own. In today's profile view, I'm basically going to be splitting up what a silver player needs to focus on in terms of what they can fix on their own without any coaching help, and then what they will need coaching help with if they're serious about climbing. Before we get into this video, however, if you're interested in getting your own profile viewed, please check out the link in the YouTube description below. Let's get into it. Currently, your silver 1 and your initial goal is to get to gold. I don't see why you shouldn't have your actual goal is trying to get to plat by the end of this year, but we can focus on gold for now. But you're already silver 1, 0 LP, so that's probably a matter of weeks, if not a month or two, to get to that rank. As long as you kind of do what I say in the next 10 minutes from this profile view. Now, this profile view, I'm going to be talking about the things you can change literally today or tomorrow or whenever you watch this and implement them literally into your gameplay so that you can see immediate impact. But then I'm also going to talk about, well, there's things that players can do that are more longer term solutions that require a bit more work, a bit more effort, and are really for those who are serious about climbing and serious about taking it to the next level. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the role you're playing, because right now I can just see too many roles. You're playing Lux support, MF AD carry, Scion support, Yorick top lane, then back to Misfortune. There's just too much going on here. And what you need to do is basically find one role and just stick to it. Unless you want to be a player who just plays whatever role they feel like and climb that way, it's going to be really slow because you're versing players who are mastering one role versus you who's trying to master 5 roles. So yes, you can play League of Legends like that, and I actually play League of Legends like that. I just queue up Phil. But for players who are wanting to climb or to get to like the highest rank possible they can get to, it's not really the best strategy. So what I recommend for you is either focusing on your AD carry role or your top lane. I think your Yorick has a lot of potential. I think he's a really good pick at the moment. And I think he is strong up until Diamond, if not Diamond and higher, just depending on how you play him. But also, your AD carry is really good. Misfortune there with a 59% win rate. So the choice is really yours on, whether you want to keep doing this thing where you're playing multiple roles, you want to stick to one role because you want to climb faster. But if I was you and I was trying to climb to gold in the fastest way possible and then to platinum in the fastest way possible while still enjoying it, I would pick one of these roles that I'm really good at, so top lane or AD carry. And then I would focus on specializing in the champions that I really enjoy and I'm good at. I mean, I can see your Yorick is your most played champion, your Misfortune is your second most played. So again, whichever role you choose, top or AD carry, Misfortune is a perfect pick. There's no reason why you can't play her in 90% of your games, 90 to 100% of your games. And you only don't play her when she gets picked or banned. And same with Yorick. Unless he gets picked or banned, you can play him 100% of the time. And that's really the 2 big things you can literally fix tomorrow is your strategy and your approach to solo queue and playing the champions that have your highest win rates. Because when we look at win rates, when we look at climbing, we want to have our account at least a 55% win rate because this allows the majority of accounts to eventually climb higher and to the goal ranks that they want to get to. So for you, yes, you'd need around a 53, 54, 55% win rate to get to gold, but then from gold to plat, you'd need at least a 55. Ideally, anything higher than that, even 60% would be perfect. Cool. Now, in terms of things that take longer to improve, there's a lot of concepts that silver players and that I can see with your statistics that you struggle with. I can see, for example, you've got a really good laning phase, but your damage share is quite low and your gold share is quite low. And, there's other statistics here like your deaths are actually really good, but your kill participation is a little low. So there's a few things that I can't really fix in a profile review, but we can do through one-on-one game review coaching. So we watch your gameplay, we break it down together, and we figure out what are the biggest things holding you back from your in-game gameplay once you figure out your strategy of how you want to play League of Legends. That's kind of that next step that you can't do that overnight, but you can do that with a coach, guided mentoring, and figuring out what your path is forward, what the roadblocks are, and how we unblock them in order of importance. Because every silver player, every gold player, every player at any rank has problems. And if you order those in terms of priority of what is the biggest problem holding me back right now, fix that. Then you go to the next one. Then you go to the next one. And then a new one might arise as you climb higher. You might start finding you're versing better opponents and something slipped through the cracks. And then that becomes the top priority to fix. But that can't be done in a profile view. That can't really be done on your own. It's very hard for players to be able to do that. There's a reason why only 2% of players ever make it to diamond. I think it's only about 8% of players make it to platinum. And I think it's like 25 to 25 to like 30% make it to gold. So there's a lot of things that you need to work on that we can't do in this profile view. But if you're interested in learning more about how you can solve those medium long-term issues and the things that are actually holding you back in game, please, once you've watched this, reach out to me, because I can discuss coaching plans that would look like customized coaching plans that would suit you and your goals, and figure out what your champion pool is and all that kind of stuff. But overall, mate, your account's really good. You've got a lot of potential. You just need to stick to a role, stick to a champion, and then really focus on the things that are holding you back from climbing on Yorick or Misfortune or whatever champion or role you pick. You then need to figure out what the big things are that are holding you back in-game. Is it your laning phase? Is it your grouping? Is it your macro? Is it your recall timers? Is it all these things? Is it positioning? Hard to say in a profile view, but it can be done through reviews. Anyway, mate, cheers, good luck on the Rift, and I hope to talk to you once you've watched this.